Today on Judge Porter.
Shows here that you're suing for $250 plus an additional $9,000 for medical bills. Am I reading that correctly, sir?
Yes, you don't insult me like that.
Ma'am? Did you just call me ma'am?
How would you know these days?
All rise. The Honorable Judge Porter is presiding. Court is now in session.
Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. Let's see, what do we have here? Jonathan Wilson versus Dicky Subs. Do we have a representative from Dicky Subs here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gentlemen, can you please come up to the podium? I see here. I'm sorry, what's your name, sir?
Richard Yancey.
Richard Yancey. Okay, Mr. Yancey, you're representing Dicky Subs. Mr. Wilson, shows here that you're suing for $250 plus an additional $9,000 for medical bills. Am I reading that correctly, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, please, sir, can you tell us what happened?
I went to Dicky's Subs every weekday for a month.
Okay.
I bought a sub, a soda, and chips.
Okay.
It's $5.
All right.
He claimed they were 12-inch subs. They were 12 inches.
And how do you know this, sir?
Well, it goes way back where I convinced my girlfriend that that was 8 inches. So I have a deception of size. I believed it.
I'm sorry, what?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the sandwich.
And also, I don't measure size well.
You don't, okay, so how did you know that the sandwich was not 12 inches?
Well,
Did you use some type of, what did you get, okay, what I'm asking is, what did you use to gauge that the foot-long sandwich, if that's for 12 inches, was not actual 12 inches?
Well, Your Honor, I went to another sub shop,
Okay,
and their subs were 12 inches.
okay, and how did you gauge the size?
Dickies were only about that big.
Okay, did you use any type of instrument to measure the size? That's what I'm asking you, sir.
Yes.
What did you use?
I'd rather not say.
Oh, you're going to say. What did you use to measure these submarine sandwiches, sir? Did you use a ruler? Did you use measuring tape? What did you use?
Four.
And remember, sir,
Yes.
you are in a court of law.
Indeed. I'm a little embarrassed to I pulled it out.
You pulled what out?
My 8 inches.
Oh, I know you did. Okay, so you're telling this courtroom that you measured a submarine sand in comparison to the length of your penis. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're saying that your penis is 8 inches and the sandwich is shorter, is roughly around the same length as your penis. That's what you're saying. From Dicky Subs.
He said 8 inches.
He said he's 8 inches long.
Like that, said 8 inches.
Yeah, his gauge is really
I
off.
believe in that.
And then you said that you went to comparison submarine shops and their sandwiches. I'm assuming that you did these things not in the public view, correct?
Judge, they were that big.
Okay, but you're saying you did, what I'm getting at, sir, is that you did it in places other where the public could see you, like maybe in your car or at your home,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, all right.
I would-
Whew, okay, let me ask you this question, sir. So what's the $9,000 in medical bills? What was that about?
Well, I went back to Dicky's.
Okay.
Shame on you for naming it.
Sir. Don't talk to him. Talk to me.
I'm sorry,
The
man.
$9,000. Ma'am, did you just call me ma'am?
How would you know these days?
Okay. All right. I'm not a ma'am. I'm a sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but please continue. How did you come up with the 9,000? By the way, I like your handlebar mustache. That's a nice touch.
It's not a handlebar mustache, and don't insult me like that. I refer to it as a crowbar.
A crowbar.
Look at that.
Okay, crowbar.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Mr. Wilson. How did you come up with the $9,000 for medical bills? I don't understand that. Explain that.
Well, I went back to Dicky's.
Okay.
And he roughed me up.
What do you mean he roughed you up?
He took away my loyalty card and he pushed me out the door.
He physically shoved you out of the door?
Yes.
Oh, was that Mr. Yancey or was that an employee of Dicky's?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Yancey, you heard what he said. He says that your sandwiches are not a foot long and that you roughed him up. You mind explaining your side of the story?
Happy to, Your Honor. First of all, I go by Dicky, which is why we're named Dicky's Subs.
Okay. Okay.
So
Would you prefer to be called Dicky? That
you can refer to me as Dicky. That's
okay. I have Dicky and I have Jonathan. Okay.
Hurricane, sir.
What?
My friends call me Hurricane and you can too.
You know what? Indulge me. Why do they call you Hurricane?
I fell in Hurricane Francis and I had a brain hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid? I think you mean hemorrhage, sir.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yes. You can't write this stuff, man. You can't make this stuff up.
True story.
Sir, that's my train of thought. Can you just tell me what's he talking about that the sandwich is not 12 inches long?
Well, Your Honor, we advertise a foot-long sandwich deal every day. It's the sandwich, the chips, and the soda for $5.
Okay.
And when we create the buns themselves, they are 12 inches.
Okay.
As you know, in baking, if you ever baked,
No, I've never baked, sir.
it's a great fun hobby. So when you bake, things shrink.
Okay.
Right? So these sandwiches shrink down.
Okay.
So yeah, they may be a little shorter than 12 inches, but certainly nothing to get.
Well, let me ask you this question, sir. If you're baking the bread for the buns and they shrink down, the stuff inside, lettuce, tomato, the meats, all that stuff, it would also be safe to say that there wouldn't be 12 inches worth of stuff. It would be within the confines of whatever the bun is.
That's correct.
Okay, well, here's my question. If you know that you're going to make the bun and it's going to shrink down to less than 12 inches, why don't you make the bun longer so when it shrinks down, it's down to 12 inches rather than, you see what I'm saying? Because he has a point. It's not exactly 12 inches once you present it to the person.
Sure, but by our measurements, it is 12 inches when we create the bun itself.
I understand that, but sir, you just said that once you bake it, your company knows with knowledge that it's going to shrink down. Why not just make the dough longer so when it shrinks down, it can shrink down to within the 12 inches?
Well, let me ask you a question. You ever bought a bag of potato chips?
I know you potato chips, sir.
You buy a bag of potato chips, it says the weight and the size in there. You shake it, it's half air. You're not getting that full amount. So
Okay.
how is that any different than what we're doing with the bun?
Yeah, I understand, sir, but where I'm coming from, that's called a ripoff. If you're telling somebody that they're getting a bag of chips and that half of it's air, that's a ripoff. That's a ripoff. I'm just being totally honest with you. You don't put something on a package and say this is what's inside the bag, and then when the person opens the bag, that's what they're getting.
Well, we do our best. It's an estimation.
Okay, now
I should have put an asterisk on our advertising.
Now it says here that you're also requesting a restraining order.
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Okay, why?
Mr. Hurricane has been coming into the store, really creating havoc. He's outside protesting and bothering customers, telling them that our quality of our subs isn't good, that we don't abide by what our advertising says.
He's outside protesting.
He's outside protesting.
Okay. And what's this about? He's making an accusation that you shoved him out. You said shoved, sir? He shoved you out of the business?
Yes.
You know, Your Honor, he was in there making such a ruckus, and I literally just had to grab him and help him out of the store.
Okay. So he was complaining about a 12-inch sub. You didn't like what he was complaining about, and you helped him out of the business.
That's correct.
And he was also making a complaining in front of your store.
That's correct.
And he was, you say, harassing your customers.
Yes.
Is that what you said? Harassing the customers? How was he harassing the customers?
Oh, he would be screaming at him to, you know, stay out of Dicky's. Go somewhere else. The other shop's got, you know, bigger Dicky subs.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. I am going to rule on behalf of Hurricane, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're going to advertise 12 inches of a product and it comes up short, in his case, he's saying it's about 8 inches. We're not going to even talk about how he got to that. But if he's saying it's less than that, and you have knowledge that you're serving something that's going to be less than the 12 inches that you advertise, that's false advertising. Okay? Again, like I said earlier, if you know that the bread is going to shrink, make your dough in a manner so when it shrinks in that area, it's close to 12 inches. He's saying it's 3 to 4 inches short, less. Okay? The other thing is, sir, he has a right to protest in front of your business. He's not blocking. You didn't say that he was blocking customers from coming in. He's saying that stay out of here. This place sucks, basically. Okay, he has that right. If he's inside and he's saying, I feel that you did me wrong. This isn't right. You know, you gypped me and you grab him and you throw him out, sir. There are other ways of doing that. And apparently he suffered injury from that. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to grant the medical bills, whatever it is, that you guys pay his medical bills. I'm also going to make the suggestion that you go online and admit to people that although you say it's 12 inches, there may be some discrepancy due to the baking where it may cause the sandwich buns to shrink in size. Okay? All right? This case is closed. Oh, one more thing. Find a better way to measure your sandwiches, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Boy, you're not going to believe this story.
I feel justice has been served. I was injured. I was stolen from. Because I hurt my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder when he pushed me down, I ruined my love life.
You know, what can I say? The judge ruled wrong. You got to be careful of people you let into your store. I should have known better when this guy's coming in talking about his Dickies. Just unbelievable. I will certainly apologize to our customers, but our Dicky subs are that local.